want to start off by just saying this. People think that we're going after Chris and Hollie just because we don't like them. Now, I'll fully admit I don't. I don't like them. I don't respect them. I think that they're scumbags and beggars and moochers. I make no bones about that. But who I'm trying to reach are those who are wasting their money, supporting a lazy ass who refuses to work based on a bunch of ideas and beliefs that are ridiculous and crazy. There's probably a lot of you who agree with him. Well, you're crazy too. Elion deserves to live a normal life. He's put in danger constantly. Those of you who have had 5-year-old kids, 6-year-old kids, you know how kids are. Kids don't know the meaning of danger. I remember we used to do things when I was little and jump off of cliffs and just crazy stuff. There ain't no way I'd do it now. Well, my knees couldn't take it for one thing. But we used to do crazy stuff, on our bikes, just crazy, idiotic stuff. But, you don't think about getting hurt. You don't think about the consequences. You don't when you're 5 and 6 years old, you don't understand a cause and effect. If I do this, this is going to happen. You haven't developed that abstract type of thinking. Well, apparently Chris and Hollie haven't either. But people, let me tell you, and I'm speaking to you who claim to be Christians now. If you're not, you don't believe in God. Anyway, if you're a Christian, if you are supporting them, you are violating so many principles of Scripture. As I've said before, the Bible clearly says if a man will not work, neither should he eat. Yesterday I included in a video a quote from 1 Timothy 5:8. Which says, but if any provide not for his own, and especially for those of his own house, in other words, his own family, he has denied the faith and is worse than an infidel. So, Chris, if you fail to provide for your family, if you fail to get a job and do what you're supposed to do as a man, the Bible says you've denied the faith. Don't claim to talk about God and how he's blessing you. Don't talk about trying to portray yourself as Christians when you are living in complete disobedience. You're living together and not married. You're having a child out of wedlock. Bible calls that fornication. In her case, it's adultery because she's still married. You refuse to work. You're worse than an infidel. You have denied the faith. Because if you were a true Christian and a true man, you'd get a job. And you'd provide for your family. Now, I'm telling you right now, you guys are about to be investigated. In fact, starting tomorrow, you will be. And regardless of what you try to do, they're still going to be able to trace everything that you've received. They'll probably confiscate your laptop. Oh, no, Collie's going to go in there and start erasing everything now. It don't matter. Even if you use a shredder program, they can still piece it together and look at everything that's been on that laptop. Yeah, you're going to be investigated. Not only by the feds, but also IRS. So, and by the way, these other people that may be involved with you, like I said yesterday, you're all in deep shit. Because you're not going to be able to weasel your way out of this one. You may be able to talk your way out of issues with CPS, but you're not going to be able to talk your way out of this one. And if there is some shady things going on behind the scenes with other people, especially people who work in nursing homes and have been talking their residents into contributing to you guys, it's all going to be exposed. I worked with a guy who, when I worked for the U.S. Attorney's Office, I worked with a guy, his name is Tom. And that is all he does, is he investigates complaints from nursing homes. It's complaints about senior citizens being defrauded, not receiving the care that they're supposed to receive. He investigates all of that. So he's beginning to look into you. He's also contacting the U.S. Attorney's Office down in your area. And they're going to be looking into everything. So if you've got any skeletons in your closet, they're going to start walking out of there. And people may say, oh, you're forewarning them. It doesn't make any difference. It's all electronic paper trails, like I said yesterday. You can't erase those. They're there. Every penny that they've received, they'll be able to trace. Ever since they started the channel and started begging for money. So, Chris, if I were you, or Chrissy, if I were you, I'd get my ass to work. Because I'm not giving up. Now, some people are saying, it's a waste of time. Okay, so I guess I shouldn't try? Is that what you're saying? No, that's not what I'm made of. That's not how I'm wired. I will never give up until they're taken down. And I have the connections to make it happen. So, you guys getting nervous yet? You should. You sweating yet? You should. Oh, after all, it is summer. Yeah, so any skeletons that you have in that closet, they're all going to be exposed. Christians, my ass. When you're living in abject disobedience. And you people who are sending them money, one of these days, you're going to give an account. In fact, the Bible does say you reap what you sow. Whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. And if you're enabling these people, knowing what you know about them, seeing what they're doing, making no effort to help themselves. And this is the funny thing. Chris makes a statement that he is providing for his family. No, dude. Begging for money and have subscribers sending you money is not providing for your family. What kind of warped thinking says, oh, I'm providing for my family, when it's all these other people who are providing you the funds? What an idiot. You're not providing crap, dude. You guys can afford all this extra money for tattoos and piercings. And somebody told me that Hollie's got a couple new piercings in her lip or whatever. Yeah, who paid for that? That's what you subscribers are sending money for, idiots. What kind of fools are you? And you are fools. If you send them a dime, you are a fool. Plain and simple. There's absolutely no way you can argue that, knowing what you know about them, what I've told you about them, which I'm going to tell you some more today. You continue to support them, you're just an idiot. You're a fool. Look what you're supporting. And if you think you're sending the money for Elion's sake, he doesn't get any benefit from it. He doesn't even appreciate the toys and stuff that you send him. He just tosses them aside, or they take them back to the store and get money for them. You people are fools. Absolute fools. No other way to put it. All right. Let me get into some of the comments. First one says, my main purpose for joining this page, this was in a forum. My main purpose for joining this page was to be able to help put information out there that would enlighten people as to what these two lazy con artists are actually doing. They're not earning a living through YouTube. They're using YouTube to scam people. They are just a couple of lazy con artists. Couldn't have said it better myself. Agree 100%. Another person says, the only gifts they like are gift cards. Only saying what I've seen on their videos. One sub sent 5 gift cards in one envelope, all fancy restaurants. They love Visa cards, Amazon cards. It's so sickening. And I agree. Give food and money to homeless shelters. People are having a hard time with everything going on in our country. People are going hungry, and subs give and give to these scum moochers. Yeah, you want to do something good for somebody? Go to your local shelters. Go to your local food bank. Help people who are really in need. There are people who are in need who are not physically able to work. Chris is fully able to work. But you are supporting his laziness. You're supporting his lack of motivation. You're supporting his complete disobedience to God. You're a fool. Next person says, I cannot get through a video anymore. They're giving YouTube a very bad name. I watch a nice woman that dumpster dives. She takes all the canned food and clean food not expired, takes them home, cleans them. That's the phrase that Hollie is not aware of. Then donates to those little outside food pantries. Even takes bags of cat and dog food not opened or recalled to animal shelters. Never asks for anything. Chris and Hollie make me sick. I honestly think Elion is practiced and coached on what to say in their videos. Yeah. Let's put it mildly. Sorry, they make me so angry, in caps. Next person says, I can't believe that there are people so stupid and ignorant as to not see through these two scam artists. They have done nothing to take care of their alien. They rely on their subs and other people to provide for them. They use that poor child as bait to suck people in. It's sickening. These are the kind of people, the next one says, these are the kind of people that can fall into a pile of crap and come out smelling like a rose. Don't know how long they can keep this gravy train running. Their subs that say that people that criticize them are jealous. You guys are fools. Why would I be jealous of that trash? I can look at myself in the mirror every day and know that I'm a good person and can take care of myself without any handouts from anyone. I don't have to create a YouTube channel so I can beg. Take that, Chris and Hollie. You are both low-life, white trash scum. Yeah, why don't you say what you really mean? Next person says, I know someone who has a child fighting for their life but cannot get decent health care. The mother cries every day begging for help. That someone is my daughter. I have never asked for anything and watched this scum eat at fancy restaurants, and my child has been on chemo. It is not working. They tell me there is nothing they can do but send her to a specialty hospital. Her insurance will not pay for that. Let their subs visit a chemo lab. Let their subs hear your child begging for help, crying in pain. Let their subs help people who really need help. Exactly. If you want to be a good Samaritan, help people locally who need help. Go to a children's hospital. Go to a chemo center. You donate to these. Next person says, talking about Chris, says, what an asshole. Does he remember when he and Hollie with their son did not have a place to stay? How does it feel, Chris, to be a man and not want to take care of your son? No, he's not being a man. He's being Chrissy. You must feel good to teach him how to beg for what you want in life. And that's exactly what they're teaching him. And you do not have to work for what you want in life. Just beg or jump in a dumpster. Oh, wait. Elion has climbed into a dumpster at 2.5 years old in the middle of the night when he should have been home in bed. Oh, wait a minute. You did not have a home or a bed for your son to sleep in. How does it feel, Hollie, to be a woman and not take care of your son? Oh, wait a minute. It must feel good because you have other kids you did not take care of. Not even child support to the person who had your other kids raising them. That is why you can't get your driver's license renewed. You owe back child support. Next person says, I would never consider signing up to leave you guys a comment. A lot of people already know how you are and how you and Chris are. You guys do not feel or have any shame for what you're doing. Boy, ain't that the truth? All the generous people who send you stuff and stuff for your son, I bet half of them are on Social Security, limited incomes, and half the stuff they send Elion he does not even play with, you probably sell it. Yeah, they do. I wonder how many of these people are from nursing homes. Just saying. Too bad that people who send them stuff will not wake up. Let Chris become a man and take care of his son. Hollie is not a woman. Who would get out of a filthy dumpster, get in the car or truck, and start breastfeeding their child? There was no telling what was all over her hands and clothes. Look at her fingernails. How filthy. Oh, wait a minute. She works hard for the money. LOL, LOL. Yeah. Now that's LOL used in the proper context. Not LOLing because someone's daughter was killed. Like I talked about yesterday. Next person says, most all of us have motherly instincts. Hollie needs to learn these. Feed your son his own plate, not scraps off your plate. Act like a mother. Pay off your back child support. How can she have a grown son she never talks to, and who won't talk to her? Their life is not out there. Just what they want their subs to see. Yeah, see, people, there's a lot of things. You got to remember, people are putting their best foot forward in their videos. You see them thieve and steal. If that's their best foot forward, imagine what it's like behind when the camera's off. Think about that for a minute. I remember one older video where they're doing a P.O. box opening. Hollie grabs the letter, opens it, her eyes bulge out as this poor lady on a fixed income says she has prayed about it and sent them a huge amount of money. Well, obviously, she didn't pray about it enough because God would have told her no. Look, you don't have to pray about things that the Bible has already explicitly stated. You don't look specific at a scripture that says in no uncertain terms what you are or are not do, and then pray about it. When the Bible speaks, that's what you obey. You don't go praying about it. God's already answered your prayer. God's already told you what you should do. So you don't pray about sending these freeloaders money. The Bible's already very clear. Hollie never said how much, but you could tell it was a lot of money. Chris is just as bad, starting a video by asking subs to donate to their PayPal. Or, hey, YouTube family, we have a new P.O. box. Yeah, Chris, get a job. If Hollie cannot watch your own son, let your mother watch him. I have never judged anyone by their religious beliefs, but when those beliefs could harm or kill someone, that is different. Telling your subs not to wear a mask during COVID. What if they listened to you and died from COVID? And like I said yesterday, COVID's no joke. I had it. It wasn't fun. Their concerns are things like golf cart batteries donated to them, their Amazon wish list, your fancy restaurants, while your child is climbing or on seats and running around while people are trying to eat. God, that's something that there isn't hardly anything that pisses me off more than go to a restaurant. You got these damn people, their kids are climbing over the back of your booth, running around, wreaking havoc, and mom and dad not making a mind. That is just totally ignorant parents. Ignorant and no respect for other people. But that's par for the course with them. You don't expect them to have any respect. They don't respect themselves or they wouldn't be begging. So how can they respect others? Taking that child to bacteria-filled dumpsters. People do not owe them a living. I pray someone brings these people down and soon. You live the life of a beggar. Copper, lay down. Next person says, oh my gosh. I do not know if anybody saw Chris and Hollie's new video, because this is several years ago, so it's not current. But if you go to timestamp 1625, you will see a gun in the door compartment, and Elion is right there with his hand on that compartment where the gun is. I wish I knew where those two SOBs live, because I would be calling anybody and everybody I could to report that. Patrick Springs, Virginia. Someone left a comment that the gun was holstered. Like hell it was. No, it wasn't. I saw the picture too. With Hollie in the dumpster and Chris looking in the dumpster and yelling, "What is it? What is it?" They do not keep track of him. And with the way the kid knows how to handle real power tools, what's to say he would not try to handle that gun, holstered or not? And even if you tell him, "Oh, don't touch it," he's still a child. And plus, you guys don't make your mind anyway, so what would make you think he'd obey that? His precious little hand right there by that gun. Damn it, how in the hell can people, especially the older subs, send them stuff seeing all that? I agree. Like I said, they're fools. Chris says the gun is always loaded. Not the first time I have seen this, or even the second time, but 3 times now. He usually keeps it down the front of his pants. Hope he shoots his balls off. In a video at his mom's house, he is working on the truck. He takes it out of his pants and lays it on the ground with his tools. Yes, Elion is outside with him. You know how Elion is always playing with his tools. Yeah, so is Hollie. I was thinking, oh my God, not one sub said anything. Then the other time when they moved into that abandoned home, the police came to tell them to leave. Coward Chris says, "I have a gun, do not shoot me." Check out that video. I feel helpless and more angry if I try to watch. If that child can use power tools and things, he could easily pull the trigger. Oh my God, no words. Now this next one, if this doesn't piss you off, there's something wrong with you. When they were living on Knott's Island in that trailer, a storm went through and someone sent them the money or something to stay at that place, Great Wolf Lodge. They even got to take, I swear it was Hollie's mom. Another fool. Anyway, everybody was having a good time. The person who set it all up said to have a good time, they deserved it. Based on what? My God, are you really that frickin' stupid, whoever sent that? They deserve it? What the hell have they done to deserve anything? Nothing. God, you people are so frickin' stupid. You are so frickin' stupid. You're a fool. You people piss me off worse than they do. I can't even begin to find the words to say what an idiot you are. If you would do that for them, saying they deserve it? What are you promoting, you moron? God, what a dumbass. Then there were a couple more videos, good places to stay, free of charge. So one time they had to stay at a motel. Chris opens the door. There were 2 beds and the bathroom, little place to hang a few clothes, typical motel. Chris looks and says, "Not up to our usual standards." Remember what I said about them having an entitled attitude? You can't get much more entitled than that. And if that doesn't piss you off, you are got to be brainless. You got to have no morals, no sense of right and wrong. I mean, I just can't find the words to say how stupid you are. Not up to our usual standards? Saying that when you haven't paid for a damn thing, Chrissy? When you haven't been a man and provided for your family and you have the gall to say something like that? Yeah, that shows their appreciation for somebody putting them up. Well, it wasn't the Taj Mahal. If I was the person that paid for them to stay in that motel, I'd be livid. I would be absolutely livid. They don't deserve another dime, people. They don't deserve shit. What they deserve is they deserve to go to work, support their own asses, and quit sponging off all of you. Says, I thought to myself, you do not have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, but you have standards. I could not believe he said that. Same here. Does he have a YouTube channel called Shock My Viewers with what I say, with my standards? Okay, this person here, next person, says the same thing that I said, basically. If their subs want to help the poor, let them visit a chemo lab. Take juices, make them smile, what might be their last smile. Their subs need to wake up. There are really people in need. So many need help. Man, that is so true. It breaks my heart to see these people eating at fancy restaurants while many are going even without medication right now. You're responsible before God for your stewardship, what you do with your money. Whether you think so or not, you are. And you will give an account. Plus, doesn't your own conscience eat at you saying, okay, yeah, if I want to help people, let me help people who really need it. Not people who are fully capable of going to work and supporting themselves. Quit being a fool! Next person says, what kind of wacko parents exploit their child like that? There is nothing these two wouldn't do for free money, gift cards, and gifts. They like to call themselves Christians, but they are not. No, they are not. They're chameleons. They'll get all religious when they think that they're talking to a Christian or talking, somebody says, oh, pray for you. Oh, then they get all religious, put on their religious t-shirts. It's an act, people. If you can't see that, you're freaking blind. Blind and stupid, or both. Their foul mouths, lack of morals, and deceit are not Christian values. Chris acts like he's a preacher, but he knows nothing. Yeah, the COVID mask is mark of the beast. Like I said, that's got to be one of the dumbest things I've ever heard in my life. That's not the only crazy idea they have either. You know that. Like I said, if the earth is flat, why have we never seen a satellite image that shows that? It's always round. And if you knew anything about science, you'd know that there's no way we could have the climate that we have if the earth was flat. I can't stand people, know-it-alls who don't know a damn thing. Next person says, oh, gee, I aspire to be just like these two losers. What goes on in the minds of people that enable them? Yeah, same thing I've said. They will never stand on their own 2 feet. It is one thing to help people that are down and out for a little while, but this idea that they have to send them all this stuff on a continuing basis is ridiculous. Of course, they say the haters are just jealous. Why would I be jealous? I can hold my head high knowing that I can respect myself enough to take care of myself and my family. Resorting to asking for help or begging for things when there is no reason in the world that these low-life scum cannot work for the things they covet. Next person says, I bet Elion will never go to school. Hollie will say she is homeschooling him. She is not smart enough at all, just thinks she is. Plus the laziest person ever. I do not judge people by their religious beliefs. When they are as crazy as them, I do. People that do not celebrate Christmas do not take gifts and money at Christmas time. Can you imagine if he went to school and said Santa Claus is Satan, the Easter Bunny is evil, the earth is flat, and mine, and all he knows is dirty dumpsters? Was thinking also that he probably acts up so bad when they film because it's probably the only time he is noticed by those dirtbags. Next person says, what will that child learn if he is homeschooled? So sad that they don't try to involve him in some activities where he can interact with other children. Yeah, they did once, and I think that's about it. No wonder he is becoming bratty. He will never learn to share. Like I said before, people have sent books to him, and I bet they never even read to him. It's assuming Chris can read. I bet he barely sees his cousin and gets to play with her. They are not capable of homeschooling him. If they do, what a warped view of life he will be taught. He already thinks dumpsters are great. He found a little book in one of the dumpsters or around the dumpster, and neither of them cleaned it. They let him touch stuff straight out of the dumpster now. And not sure if he is climbing in and out of the truck bed, Chris is becoming a real slug. I think that happened a long time ago. Next person says, the last dumpster dive video, Elion picked up a book and asked his dad, what's this? What's this? Chris said, you know what that is. It's a book. No, apparently he didn't, or he wouldn't say, what's this? Elion just laughed and said, oh, and took off running. It was a child's book at that. How would he know what it was? They never read to him. People send him books and they are gone. Yeah, they go sell them. He just wants to jump on his power jeeps and bikes and that green tractor and ride all around all day. From newborn to 5 years old is when a child learns. And what they learn will stay with them. Hollie cut her hand or finger on something in the last video, blood everywhere, then making fun about people telling her how she should wear gloves. Here's your sign. Between the video of them opening gifts from people in that last dumpster dive, and this is all in caps, I could not listen to him anymore and turned it off. That kid just repeats everything Chris and Hollie say. He really does not know how to carry on a conversation. If they did send him to school, they will have to prove he has had all his shots and have a permanent address. He will have a tough time starting school. And that could be why they're not finishing that out there to where they have a permanent address. Because that way they have an excuse for not putting him in school and getting found out. Because I guarantee you, those teachers would raise holy hell and force CPS to do something. So he would probably sleep all day in school because he is out at night, all night in dumpsters. Next person says, when a lady asked if they were married in the comments, he said, ask Hollie. Just give it a few months. Oh, they will be having a hating him video. I could not believe how he sits there looking at that yard so dirty, washers in the yard. Don't know if you ever watched their early videos, but Chris owned that mobile home, but paid lot rent. He met Hollie on a nasty dating site called Plenty of Fish. Chris was driving the truck back then, but quit for Hollie. The landlord in North Carolina left them a note to please clean their yard, which they have every right to do if you're renting their lot. There were mattresses, tarps, old clothes. That yard looked like a junkyard. Well, that started a war with the landlord. They made video after video of her, but funny, they moved and left the mobile home and most of their stuff behind. CPS was on them. Then moved on to the next one and did her wrong, took advantage of her kindness and made horrible videos about her. See, this is what they do. They cause their own problems. They cause their own crap storm. They cause their own issues, and then they turn around and try to blame everybody else, because that's what scammers do. That's what narcissists do. oh, it's never my fault. It's somebody else's fault. No, the truth is it's their fault. They're the ones that were junking up everything. They're the ones that live in a garbage dump. It's not a garbage dump when it starts, but in a short time it ends up being one, because that's the kind of people these people are. And you idiots who support them, I just can't understand it. Then they're like, if you want us to dumpster dive, give to our PayPal or we cannot make videos. Shaking my head. Oh, I'm going to read 2 more and that's it. I can only take so much of this people at a time. I just get so pissed off and disgusted. The more I learn about these people, the more they disgust me. Sorry, but Hollie will not work. She will not even cook a meal or clean her house. She owes back child support for 2 grown kids and never paid it. She does not deserve her license. She makes money and could even make payments. She does not care. Yeah, Social Security from her one husband who died. They are always running from CPS and probably the police. In my state, she would be arrested for not paying back child support. Who really knows the truth? Could have other reasons why her license was taken. And I know checks are garnished for back child support. I guess that's why she goes by so many last names. Yeah, there's like 7 of them. Or 8. What honest person does that? None. Told CPS her last name was Canopy a lie. They are not married. You would thought CPS would have caught that lie. Yeah, you'd think so. They don't seem to be too bright back there. Seriously. I'm not impressed with their state agencies from what I've seen back there. Next person, this is the last one I'm going to read. Says, I have seen them steal many, many times. I saw them steal from a Walmart. They had their stuff in front of the store, stole brand new stuff, had a yard sale. This is the kind of people you're supporting, you fools. Shh. Yeah, like they don't already get enough from you idiots that send them money. They sure do not read the right Bible. Oh, yeah. I thought there was some rule about children on YouTube. I thought they had new rules and stuff. Guess those do not apply to Chris and Hollie. I guess not. You know, I know that there are people who say that I'm wasting my time, as I said earlier. But I've already had at least 2 people tell me that they were their supporters and have stopped supporting them and thanked me for exposing them. To me, that's worth it. There may be more who have stopped supporting them and just haven't told me. Now, if you have, as a result of my videos, I wish you'd let me know. Thing is, I'm not going to stop regardless, because I know that at least some people are being reached. And with the upcoming investigation, their channel is going to be taken down anyway. Because I don't think they will allow you to run your scam from prison. And that goes for you other people too, maybe who are working in nursing homes and been talking your clients into sending them money. You will be found out as well. That's a promise. I'm not bluffing people. Not even a little bit. You will be found out. So if you're not nervous by now, you should be.